this is a call out to our South Africans who are killing and abusing fellow Africans. First of all, I just want to state that what you're doing is wrong and completely out of order. I don't believe that foreigners being in SA makes you any less able to survive. You gotta remember that we also have brothers and sisters in foreign countries. And what if the other countries decided to start treating them the way we're treating people over this side? Would we like that? Would it be fair? Would it be right? Would it be right? I think not. I mean, I have friends in foreign countries. I've been to foreign countries. I have family in foreign countries. And not me or anyone that I know had been treated like that overseas. And even if somebody was, it doesn't justify it to return it in such a manner. It does not justify it. It's not right, guys. I mean, those people who were killed in whether it's the previous xenophobia in 2008 or the Somalian lootings or this previous incident, this recent incident, all those people who were killed had families. They had children, they had wives, they had husbands, their families. Now, don't we respect human life anymore? I mean, okay. I spoke to a couple of people and they told me that, it's the people in the locations doing that. And I do understand that usually when people make drastic decisions like that, or actions like that, there's usually a lack of knowledge, education, and reasoning. But it's still no excuse because common sense should tell you that's just wrong. I mean, now what sickens me the most is how our government is just silent to this. It's just ignorant, and they continue to say there's no xenophobia in South Africa, despite the escalation of violence over the past 6 years, causing numerous deaths. And the government has denied that there's xenophobia, always questioning the nature of this violence and attributing it to crime, instead of recognizing it for exactly what it is, which is xenophobia. I mean, this attitude from the government has condoned the violence in South Africa and allowed it to reach institutional heights, making it even more difficult for foreign nationals in South Africa, and also for South African citizens wishing for social peace and integration. Government should condemn xenophobia violence in all its forms, and public officials and politicians that we know of, I don't care whether it's a king, I don't care whether it's a big person in the politics or whatever, or in the parliament, they should condemn violence. And those people, whoever makes those xenophobic statements, they should be held accountable for their actions. I personally am just shocked by the blatant disregard for human life in both the xenophobia attacks and the lootings. I mean, okay, look at it this way. I believe we had a 14-year-old that died, a 19-year-old that died, and a 61-year-old that died during those lootings and these attacks. Those were South Africans. And people were really mad about that, which I am also mad about that because those people still had their whole lives ahead of them. But what we need to understand that all of these could have been avoided. These tragics, the serious death, were all avoidable if only people did not react the way they did towards those crimes and made it seem like it was fine, because it wasn't. It's not okay to kill somebody. It's not okay to hurt them. It's not okay to burn their shops. I mean, I've heard that I've spoken to a few people who said foreigners in South Africa are stealing our jobs. Now they're not. First of all, we can all go out there and look for a job. Second of all, majority of South Africans living in the locations are lazy. I've lived with them. I know. They are lazy. They don't want to get up to go work. They would rather stand in line for the grants and whatnot. People claim for disability to be disabled when they're not really disabled, or they are, but it's not so bad. You can still go out there and get a job. But for these foreigners, it's difficult for them they can't get the grants. It's difficult for them to go through the right system and be able to get the right jobs because of also the corruption in our home affairs system. So they end up committing to crime, some of them, and some of them are not even committing crime. Some of them are just living a normal life, a normal, happy life in South Africa. But we do not let them have that. We can't let them have that. If someone opens a business, oh wow, they're stealing our jobs, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're selling drugs. Not everybody is selling drugs, and it's not just foreigners selling drugs. Our fellow South Africans are selling drugs. You know what I mean? So we blaming these foreigners to make ourselves feel better. We blame these foreigners for every bad thing that happens in our lives. And it's not their fault. We can't hold them accountable for our actions or for our problems. It's just not right. And I'm really glad that during the lootings, the police made over, I think, 120 arrests, but clearly not enough to scare the South African public because they kept repeating those crimes. I mean, proper punishment of some sort should be taken. And the problem is a lot of these people who start these things are adults. And they have school kids, like in this recent video, you have school kids stoning a person on the street. They have their school kids do and commit these crimes because they know very well that even if the police arrest them, they cannot detain them because they're too young, they're children. So what exactly are we teaching our children? What exactly do we want from them? What exactly are they learning in school or in their homes? And as for the parents, I'm really sorry, but I gotta say, yours just crazy. How do you let your child go loot a shop and bring home stolen goods? What do you expect from them in the future if you're already teaching them at a young age that, oh, okay, looting is cool, looting is okay. You know, go kill somebody, go burn somebody's shop, go break somebody's shop and bring food to the house. Like, why can't they learn to go out there and work and get what it is that they want in life? I mean, seriously, guys, we really gotta start thinking about this. These killings cannot go on. These killings are just wrong. And I totally stand against it. Against it. I mean, okay, this video won't probably even go viral, but whoever watches this, guys, seriously, this nonsense gotta stop. This blatant disregard for human life has gotta stop. All those peoples are human. All those people have lives. And I mean, I've had people saying things like foreigners should pack their bags and leave. Who the hell are you to say that? Haven't you been in a foreign country before? Okay, during apartheid, didn't our politicians run, for other countries in exile? Didn't they take refuge in other African countries? I mean, take note, South Africa is in Africa. It's the only country on the South African continent that there is the name Africa in it. Do you understand what I mean? So why can't we help other Africans? Why can't South Africa be civilized towards other Africans? Why do we have to kill other Africans? Why do we have to loot other Africans? It's just wrong. Now I've met people that are even scared to go to work. I've met people who are even scared to go to town. I've seen people who are scared to go anywhere where they could probably bump into something like this, bump into these attacks and not be able to come back to their families. Guys, that's just wrong. But I really gotta go. And I hope if you're one of the people that's done these things, or if you have any power whatsoever to stop this or get the government to stop it, I would suggest you do so. Because seriously, if South Africa was a person right about now, I would really say it would be Hitler. It would not be anything nice. If South Africa was a person, it would be Hitler. Sorry to say that, but I gotta get out of here. Bye.